Mondays with Mark Allen. Welcome back, everybody. You know, one of the things I love about the sport of triathlon is that there's always been this culture of kind of really trying to include everybody and have a place where anybody who wants to race can race, and when they race that things are equal all around. So for example, one of the big stakes in the ground took place in 1989 at the ITU Olympic Distance World Championship, first time ever. There was an Olympic Congress going on at the time in Avignon, France, when this was taking place, and Scott Zagarino, who was the athlete representative at the time, heard that the organizers of the first ever World Championship at Olympic distance at ITU, they were going to pull the prize money out of the women's race and stick it in the men's event. Not a good thing, not equal, not a great opportunity for everyone to gain the same benefits out of doing that competition. So all of the top athletes got together with Scott's prompting, and we walked into the Congress and we said, look, you put the prize money back in the women's race, you make it equal, top to bottom, otherwise we're not showing up on race day. There was a little bit of a standoff going on, but eventually they said, okay, that's it. And since then, it's just been this amazing place where, you know, yes, there's some inequalities, but overall, you know, men, women, everybody has the same chance at the same opportunities. Just recently, the World Triathlon put into place a transgender racing policy, which again is another stake in the ground saying that everybody should have a place here. And one of the interesting aspects of it, or the piece that I really was looking into, was their policy about your testosterone levels if you are a transgender athlete racing in the women's division, whether it's pro or age group. And you have to have testosterone levels that are within acceptable ranges for women for the past 24 months before you can then compete in the women's category. And so I thought, you know, that sounds pretty good. So I looked into it because I'm not an expert on testosterone. All I know is that, yeah, guys have more, women have less, and a lot of that affects performance levels, right? Here's what I found out, and it's super cool. If you have testosterone levels that are within acceptable levels for women, which transgender athletes who are competing in the women's division are going to have to adhere by, and have levels that are at or below that for 24 months prior to competing officially in a pro division, age group division as a woman, those levels are 15 times lower than what the acceptable levels for male athletes is. That's a huge drop, right? And so I was having a discussion with someone about this, and they said, well, what if you were born a guy and you are in your 20s or 30s or whatever age group, you know, you have development, you have bone structure, you have height, you have a lot of stuff that came along with that testosterone level, and then you switch over to wanting to race in the women's division as a transgender athlete. Doesn't that give you an advantage? And I said, let me tell you about that. You've got these huge levers that are now going to be propelled by a body that has 15 times less testosterone to develop the muscle to propel those levers. Chances are you're actually going to have a disadvantage. So anyway, this is pretty cool. Sports Illustrated actually even picked up on this piece. And so again, it's just another piece of how triathlon is really trying to include everybody, to have a place for everybody to race where things are equal, where everybody has the same advantage, and we can all celebrate competing and have competition be a big part of what we do and that we enjoy. Mondays with Mark Allen. Love your thoughts.